Hi everybody, Doki Senate here, and I'm going to attempt to teach you how to make your own DDLC mod videos in the way that I do them. So, what I use is Mood Posing Tool, and this is just a way for you to get every possible expression there is basically in the world for all the Dokis right here, so that you can express them in whichever ways that you want them to. So if you click on this link down here, it'll take you to this Google Drive right here. And you're going to want to right click on this legacy downloads folder and download that. I'm not going to do that because I already have it downloaded. You're also going to want to download these Word documents that I'm going to highlight right now. This will help you with the syntax of Mood Poser Tool so that you can get exactly the expressions that you want. So, and then you just right click download. It'll put them in a zip file with all 4 documents there. Anyway, I'll go ahead and show you what I've done. So when you get to downloads, for the legacy downloads folder, you just right click and you say extract all, and it's going to give you this folder right here. So let's open that, and you get to another zip file, and then you just right click, say extract all, and it'll give you this folder right here, and then you go into this folder, and then DDLC Mood Posing Tool folder, and this is where the meat of it is right here. So I'm going to open another window and explain how I did this. So in my documents folder, I've created a DDLC mods folder right here. And basically what I've done is I dragged this folder over here and renamed it to MPT right here. So that's what I've done. For the Word documents, it's going to say something like drive download number 2022, something junk. So go over here, say extract all, extract, and it'll give you this right here. And these are the Word documents. This is just open Monica's for right now. My computer might open all of them because I sometimes have all of them open at the same time. But anyway, this is full size this thing. So it'll have like keywords like forward and like L point, R hip, and Monica also has like a set of casual clothes right here. And basically what I use is, I don't use any of the junk on this first half of it, but when we get to blush/nose, and then mouth, and then eyes, and eyebrows, this is the syntax that I use to get the exact expressions that I want for every character. So yeah, like B2B, B2A, B is for the eyebrows, the E is for eyes, and then the junk after that letter would just be like, which set of eyes do you want? Like, do you want yandere eyes? Do you want surprised? Really surprised? There's also closed eyes right here. There's her dead inside and super, super scared. And these are the mouth expressions, and they start with M, and they go all the way up to R. You can also define some yourself. I'll go through that in a different tutorial probably. But these are all the different mouths. And if you want any of them to sweat or to blush, or blush and sweat, you just use N1, N2, N3, N4, or N4. So yeah. I'll go through that later because we still have to finish setting up our mod. So then, if we go back to documents, you'll need to have installed Ren'Py. The version I have is 7.5.3. I'm not sure if it works for 8.0 or beyond, but I do know it works for 7.5.3. We're going to click on this one right here because this one's for the tutorial and this one's for my actual mods. So go to the tutorial right here and just click on renpy.exe and it'll open Ren'Py here. And basically what you want to do is click on preferences, and for your project's directory, for you it's going to say not set. I already have this right here, so I'm going to walk you through what you need to do. So remember that DDLC mods folder we created? That's the folder that you're going to want to select. And it should have your MPT folder right here, or whatever you called it. Alright, now let's open Visual Studio Code and see what I've done. Now, for line 17 in script.rpy, and I'll show you where that is in the project. So basically you just go to your MPT folder right here, then game, and then it's going to be under, and it's going to be script.rpy. You can open RPY files with Notepad++ or Visual Studio Code. As you can see, I'm using Visual Studio Code. It doesn't matter which program you use, either one works just fine. I just happen to use Visual Studio Code. And then the script that you use for creating your actual mod is going to be script-test.rpy. And basically, the way I do this is I have multiple of these script files right here so that I can keep everything in one place. I won't have to keep making new projects every time. In my opinion, it just wastes a lot of memory because you're basically getting the same expressions and the same assets that you've added, like sound effects or backgrounds. It's just going to copy them all over again, and I just think that's a waste of space in my opinion. So I just like to keep everything in one place right here. So what I've done to solve this is I made this scripts folder right here, and you're going to put all your RPY files right here for your mod scripts, for all the expression changes, backgrounds, and dialogue. So let's actually move, I'm going to close this for a minute, bear with me. We're going to move script test.rpy. Actually, both script test RPY and RPYC. The RPYC file is the compiled version of the RPY file. So anyway, then we open script test.rpy again. And for it to go directly to your mod, so that means you'll skip all the splash screens and the menu that it'll give you if you just run it right now. Oh, one important thing we have to note here is that, again, bear with me for a second. Make sure you have a fresh copy of DDLC, and then go to your original game files. Well, this is what I call it, but it's going to be different for you. But you go to your copy of DDLC, and in the game folder, you're going to want to copy all of these RPA files and post them in the game folder of your mod. This is really important If you don't do this, then your mod's not going to work. So you just copy and paste all the RPY files right here. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh yes, for your mod to go for Ren'Py to go directly to your mod script. See how it has labeled test poses right here? Well, in script.rpy of your mod, you're going to want to do call test poses from underscore test poses. This is the label that is used for your mod, basically. And if you want to skip all the splash screens, you want it to go just directly to your mod without all the splash screens and stuff, there is a file called splash.rpy. So if we just go ahead and open that, and from lines 430 to 445, you're going to want to comment all of that out. And what you use for commenting is this number sign right here. So basically, to comment multiple lines in at least in Visual Studio Code, is you select all the lines that you want to comment out or whatever. You just select all your text, and then you do Control/. Right there. So you can do that for commenting or uncommenting code. You have to leave this return statement in here, or else it's going to crash. So if we open our mod right now, go to Launch Project, it goes directly to your mod without the splash screens or the menu that it'll give you if you don't do anything with this. And now we are ready to begin modding. So to use mood posing tool, we're just going to show Monica, for example. So what we type is show Monica forward at T11. That is the dead center position. And you can't just say show Monica at T11, or it's just going to show an empty sprite. You have to have this forward or lean keyword in there, or else it's going to show that empty sprite. And you only have to do this when your character is first appearing on screen. So like if you wanted to change expressions, let me just write something here. We'll just do show Monica L point. And then we'll just do that. And we'll test it right now to see what we have. And there is Monica right here. And we changed her expression for the L point right here. Now, Monica kind of looked kind of dead back there. She didn't really have much expression. but we are going to change that. So we said something about having poems ready and greeting us. So let's make her smile. So her smiling right here is the MB for the mouth. So we'll say show Monica forward MB at T11. We're actually going to change this to F11 because the F is the focus, is when the person's speaking. It'll like zoom in on them a little bit so that you can tell who's speaking. And you can add these pause statements right here, like if you want to like create pauses for an effect, like for one of those like emotional effects in your mods, then you just use a pause statement right here. And then when your character isn't talking anymore, we'll just do show Monica MA is her closed mouth smile, and then at T11, and they'll go back to the non-focus position. And then we'll say L down because we don't want her to point anymore, because in the document, yeah, L down, L up, L down. Okay. Now let's test our simple mod right here. And there we go. She's smiling, she's happy. I believe that was 3 seconds. Yeah. Then it should bounce back to the beginning of your mod. Okay. Yeah. You don't need that jump statement at the end there, like I shown you that I got rid of it. One quick thing I forgot to mention here. See, I have this window hide statement right here. This is to hide the text box when you make those pause statements, so it's not as awkward when you do them. I also have stop music here just in case if it plays any music, but I also have this other junk here, which I kind of forget what that does, but you can have them if you want. But yeah. But I do know what these other things do here. So if you want to if you have a sound that you want to loop, you'll have to make another sort of sound register. So basically you say init python renpy.music.register_channel, and this is what I called it. I called it loop audio, and I said sfx for the second argument. And then right here is if you want the sound to loop or not. So you say true if you want the sound to loop, and you say false if you don't want it to loop. This little chunk of code right here is the second sound register I made. If you need to play two sounds at the same time, you keep making these sort of sound registers. Or music, you just do music registers. For music, you basically just call this like music 2 and just leave this at true if you want to loop it or not. It depends. But yeah, just this one quick little thing that I forgot to mention, and so I'm gonna add this at the last minute. I believe that's it for setting everything up. I mean, I hope this was a very helpful tutorial. leave a like, comment, subscribe, whatever, and see you in the next one.